So let me just show you a system that I just built that will take care of generating icebreakers for me. If you don't know what an icebreaker is, it's basically the first line of the outreach message that you send to someone that is going to captivate them to, read up to the end and probably even consider the offer. So that icebreaker, you already know that icebreaker has to be very, very personalized and very what's the word, catchy, like you actually did a research about the person. You went through the person, said the person's company details, the person's personal details, so that you can say something very what's the word, very connecting to the person, like, oh yeah, I heard you just did this, or I saw you just did this, congratulations on that. Or, oh, I'm still amazed that you were able to do that. Something that is very unique to them, and something that just shows that you probably did a little bit of work around them. So, but you know that if you're trying to run like campaigns and mass, say you're working with 11,000 contacts, 100,000 contacts, it might be difficult to sit around and do the personalization, for everybody. So I built this system that can help me do that. So what this system is going to do is watch for new roles, and I connected it to Apify. So you're going to watch for my new roles, which is this lead here. I just tested it. That's why I did to run by 10. But I feel like when I'm going to set it up, which I'm going to do this morning immediately after this video, I might update this to like 20 so that each time it's running, it will work with 20 contacts. Or I don't know. I connected it to Apify to run an actor. And you know that if you sign up on Apify, you can get like $5 free to use to run all of your what's it called, all of your data. So what I did was connect the actor here. So this is my own actor that I'm using here. I had a bunch of other ones. What I did was go into my Apify and I tested. That's not what I'm looking for. I tested a bunch of those, those actors to be sure to get the exact one that's going to give me the exact data I'm looking for. So I tested a bunch of them. If you can see this, see, I tested a lot of them to try to find the one I want. So this particular one ended up giving me what I wanted. So that's the one I chose for this particular task. So this is my own input JSON. So I'm basically just calling it and giving it the LinkedIn URL. So what I'm doing is get someone's LinkedIn URL, go in and get their data, all of the data that they have published about themselves on LinkedIn, and then use that plus their company details and their location and everything about them to create the icebreaker. That's basically what I'm doing. So now that I've fed it in the URL, it's going to go ahead and do that scraping for me. So once it's done scraping it, in Apify, once it's done running, it's going to generate what we call a data set for you. So that data set is what is going to hold all of the data about the person, say the name, everything, what the person posted, their certification, their award, everything about them that they have posted on LinkedIn is going to be stored in what is called a data set in Apify. So what I did for the next step was go in and get that data set. So that is, if you do this, this is where you're going to get it. What's it called now? Storage. If you come down to storage and you do data set, you will see the name here, the exact data set, link here, or the exact data set ID. Let me call it ID. The exact data set ID that it has stored that person's data in. So that's what I'm going to call here so that it can return and pull all of the data that it was able to generate from this first one for me. So now that I have that, I can save that. And the next thing I'm going to do is use OpenAI. Of course, you can use, say, Claude, you can use Perplexity, you can use whatever works for you. So what I did do was now go in and tell it to create an icebreaker for the person, and I added the person's name. I said, this should be a unique hook, come through their URL data, their company info, find a specific maybe project, a unique certification, a non-generic hobby that that they might have mentioned in their bio, a specific transition in their career or whatever just is unique to them, something that once they read, I'll be like, does this person know me? So that's what you're trying to aim for. That's why you have to make it as unique and specific as possible. So that's why I told them do not mention their current job, because everybody mentions that, oh, congratulations, you got the job at this. Everybody already knows that, right? So I want something more unique to this person, not something that looks generic. Like I just went and scraped the person's current location and then boom, I sent them, a message to them. So the next thing I said was keep the tone, like an old friend, like, yo, man, what's up? Yo, girl, you've been doing this, that kind of thing. That's what I was actually going for. So I said, to keep the tone very, friendly and also local flavor. That's one thing I know that a lot of people relate to. For example, where I'm at, I'm in Nigeria. So if they use things like, oh, yo, boy, all these kind of things, it might not be so specific for the person, but if you say, oh, my G, that kind of thing is a unique slang where I'm at. So we could also add that. So depending on where the location, so the person is in US, say use this particular slang. The person is in UK, that kind of thing. And I also added the no-go areas to see, the things that you should not say. You should not say it looks like I think I saw, that kind of thing. It looks so robotic because first of all, why are you telling me it looks like? I mean, okay, so you didn't see it properly, or you are not sure of what you're saying. So I want it to be very specific and very sure of what you're saying. Oh, yo, man, I saw that you did this, that. Oh, well, champ, that's good. That kind of thing. So what I did was no guesswork as well. Do not guess. Oh, I perhaps you got, or maybe you got, or things that I don't want that. And I also wanted to, give me only the icebreaker so that I can integrate it into my campaign. I don't want it to say icebreaker column or something like that because I will not be able to integrate that into my campaign. So what I wanted to do is only the icebreaker, no quotes, nothing, only that text. So what I did after was to give it all of the data that it needed. I gave it the LinkedIn headline, the about the person, the location the person is at, the top skills the person has, the current position the person is running. Even though I had said it should not use it, but maybe it also needs that information to be able to generate the other things. So the education the person has, the experience, the certification, the project the person has worked on, this person's skills, the person's publications, the person's award or honors. Maybe say there is something interesting that the person was awarded for. You can use that. And I also added the company name, the company that the person is running. Also added the person's title in the person's position in the company. So the person is the owner, the person is the CEO, the person is the director, whatever the person is. I also added that so that you can use that to also generate this slide if it wants to, if that's what you found very interesting. Oh, I see that you're running the this company as I see that you are the co-founder of this company. That's very interesting now as well. That kind of thing, basically. So that's what I did, give it here, and I saved this. So the next thing I did was go in and update my role. So once it gets that icebreaker for me, it should go in and update the results and save the result here for me. So once it runs and gets me those icebreakers, I can collect that and use that in my campaign. I really hope you found this walkthrough helpful. And if you are, someone that is new to email outreach, messaging outreach, LinkedIn outreach, whatever. This is a system that I would, recommend that you have yourself so that way you will not be out here sending generic messages to everyone and getting ignored. Because it's just not worth the work. If you're going to do the work of doing outreach, you should actually do the work properly by making sure that all messages are, crafted properly for the right people so that you can get, ROI for your time that you have spent in doing the outreach. Yeah, so that's how this system is going to work. I really hope you found this useful. Like I said before, if you have any questions around this setup, you can drop them in the comments. I'll answer to all of them. And if you want a custom setup for your business, feel free to reach out to me on my LinkedIn. My link is going to be tagged in the comments. And do what also follow your girl there. Thank you. And if you like this content, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I also have a lot of content like this that I will be publishing that could help you as a business owner automate your business for free. Yeah. So I will see you in my next video. Have a blessed day. Mwah.